Hello everyone, today I'm going to share how we can use SEO in Next.js. And you know that in web application, SEO is more important. So before jump into it, like how we can use SEO in Next.js, we need to know that what SEO is actually. So here, let's see an example that how Google sees your page. So when you search something in Google, you can see the search result like this. Like there is a link, and also there are some description, and the description is a bit short. And also you can, when you search, you can see there are some specific title like MacBook Pro, M13 premium laptop, and also the store name as well. So this is one kind of search result. And here you can see the link. So this is the title actually, which is the clickable headline. And below the title, the description is actually, it's called meta descriptions. And in Next.js, generate metadata function actually controls exactly the same things. What happens here, what appears here. So the SEO problem. If you like without any dynamic metadata, I mean, without any specific title, if you just write like this, product page, my store, and there are some very short description. Welcome to our store. We sell products. So this is actually not uh, good for SEO. And if Google show this kind of search result, then as a user you cannot understand like what it actually inside in this page. So this is actually a bad SEO, and without a dynamic metadata. And if you use same generic title for all products, this is not good. And also if you are not using any keywords for search engine, that is also not good for SEO. And also low click through rate, I mean, actually if Google show these results, like no one click this, even you don't click. If even if you search something, and if you see this kind of results, you also, you also don't search this kind of title. So instead of this, if you can able to present your page like this, like iPhone 15 Pro Max, 256 GB my store. And also if you provide some more additional details for iPhone 15, like get the iPhone 15 Pro Max with titanium design, A17 Pro chip, 48 megapixel camera. So, and also you mentioned the price as well. So this is kind of unique title per product, and risk keywords automatically higher ranking and clicks. So as a user, you definitely click this because this gives you a better overview and better search result, right? So this is the difference between without dynamic metadata and with generate metadata. Now, how you can achieve this in Next.js? So actually, there are two approaches in Next.js. One is static metadata, and another is dynamic metadata. So on static metadata, it actually a fixed title and fixed description. So the title and description actually fixed. So it should not be changed. So actually, this is why it's called static. And this is useful when you have a single page and you don't have any dynamic pages. So in that case, static metadata is fine. But most of the case, and most of the real world scenario, everyone uses actually dynamic metadata. And dynamic page, and this dynamic metadata gives you a better control of an SEO. So what it does actually, you can see here, like you just get the product details, and you just retain title like product name as a title, that we see in the previous page, like iPhone 15 Pro. So this is actually the product name. So here we are doing the same thing, like we are using the product name as title, and some descriptions. So this is actually the dynamic pages from database, and this use generate metadata when your SEO depends on face data. I mean, if your SEO depends on some dynamic data, then you need to use generate metadata, because it actually generate your metadata based on some dynamic values, right? And if you don't have those dynamic, then you can use the static one. Yeah. And here is another example of static metadata. Here you can see we just define a constant variable like metadata, and we define title and template and percentage s and my store. So this percentage s actually will be replaced by your child page title, and the default is my store. It's actually a fallback value. And here we are using OpenGraph, and we are provide type, site name, and images. So this OpenGraph property is actually useful for preview. I mean, when you share your link in some social media, it can be LinkedIn, it can be Twitter, or it can be Facebook. Then it actually shows some preview. So how it actually show the preview? That the behind the story is that link actually, or that link page actually defines some OpenGraph details. If your child sets title products, then it actually eventually generate products my store, and you can see this percentage is actually replaced by the child page title. Well, and here is then another example of generate metadata, and here you can see that we face the product details, and here you see that we provide some more additional details of the title, like the product name and category. So it gives a better, I mean, better search result, and user will be more interested with this link. Uh, because user can see what he actually wants. And in the description you can see we kept the description 160 characters. So this is also very useful. Well, and there are some key SEO properties you need to know, that for search engines, the title can be product name, brand, and the descriptions should be 150 to 160 characters, and you can define some keywords, so that when someone searches by some keyword, then Google will actually show your page results at top. So this is also very very critical or sensitive or important to set proper keywords. Well, and as I already mentioned that for social sharing, you need to define some title, description, and images, and the image width is 1200 width, and height 630 actually for base social media display. Well, and social media cards, like how it will look like. So if you define like this, summary large image, which is actually the card name, and the title is your title, and the descriptions and the image, and how it will look like. It will look like this, like your image as a preview, and your image title, a compelling descriptions, and your domain. And if you don't have any Twitter config, then it actually falls back to OpenGraph automatically. And if I can show you the metadata inheritance, it actually on the root layout is title or template, and the product layout and product page. The title is iPhone 15, and eventually the result will be iPhone 15 my store. So this is how it actually works. And child metadata actually overrides parent but inherits unset values. Well, so let's learn some SEO best practices. So, what you need to keep in mind, you need to keep the title under 60 characters, because you know that when you share something on social media, and if you use long title, it's not optimized. So you need to keep your title under 60 characters, and you need to keep your descriptions 150 to 160 characters. And as I already mentioned, that you need to use some primary keyword, and be mindful about using the keyword, and unique metadata per page. And please don't duplicate title across pages, and use generic descriptions, and forget open graph images, keyword stuff your metadata. So this is actually a bad SEO for your site. Well, and now you might thinking, well, if I define generate metadata, it might add some extra load in your page. No, you're absolutely wrong, because generate metadata runs in parallel with page rendering, and it actually zero extra latency. Well, now if I turn to summary, actually it's help you search rankings, like control how Google sees you, and social cards, beautiful link reviews, and automatic SEO. So generate metadata actually perfect SEO for every dynamic pages. So now you can start optimizing in your application. So if you have any questions, drop them in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe these channels for more videos like this. So stay tuned. Good luck.